This is EB3, Speaking the Truth in Love, and I'm on with
Winter Events,
my baby son. As this is the third edition of me talking to my sons. Before I talk to why can't I think of that him? But y'all know I just be tripping sometimes. I really just be tripping. But anyway, I already had a conversation with two of my sons. Here's one of them in the background, but he gonna sneak off, I guess. But anyway.
Little Benz, I need to say y'all know.
Little Benz. Yeah, I don't know why I can't think of Little Benz, you guys. And then the other one is TJB24. But he's rebranding himself to Tyler Talks. And they're all on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Yeah, and I think one of them's on Facebook, but I can't remember for sure. But I know they're on Instagram, TikTok. Go and follow them. I'll try to remember to put their all their credentials in my video somewhere. Somewhere in there. Y'all know I'll be doing what I'm doing.
maybe like description or something.
Descriptions, that's it. See, my children, they have to help me because I don't be knowing what I'm doing, y'all. You guys, just keep on, just laugh at me and keep on going. But anyway, we're gonna have a conversation. I don't know, what do you want to talk about? Okay, let me tell you. So, like with your two brothers, we talked about just different life things, events that was going on at the time or had happened just recently during that time, like your dad passing. We also talked about different things they remembered about their childhood, not necessarily about what dad did. Some of it was what dad did. Some of it was what I did. And some of their goals and things like that. So what it is that you would like to share with me and my audience? All two of them.
All two.
Y'all know I be tripping. I'll just ask you some questions. So you the baby boy. We always talk about you being the baby boy. How does that make you feel?
I mean, I don't know.
You don't know it's just part of life.
I mean, I see a lot of videos about like people having like say like the oldest child is like actually sick and he's throwing up and stuff, and where the parent just really doesn't care.
With the oldest child?
Yeah, and just tells him to go to school. And with the middle child, is this me of like the parents not really knowing who the middle child is, and if the youngest child coughs once, the parent is always like, "Oh my gosh,
Not the baby.
my sweetie, my sweetie, I have to make sure he's okay. He needs to go to the hospital or something."
So, do you feel that that's true, or you think that they got to hold a different position in the family and they just can't really relate?
I feel like they're just over-exaggerating.
Over-exaggerating. Well, I will say this. As an oldest child, the oldest child is like, almost like the experiment. So, and because of it, because it's the only book that we have to go by to raise children, because each child is different as you have them, is the Bible. Now, there are other books, before y'all go to talking out there in YouTube land, there are different psychologists and things like that have written books, but as a Christian family, we mostly go by the Bible. We'll take other advice, but we mostly go by the Bible, right? But at the same time, it's almost like an experiment. Okay, we learning how to discipline, we learning how, maybe we went a little bit too far with that one. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe we shouldn't have whooped them for every little thing that they did. So by the time the second one come around, second children, they either try to get as much attention as they can, or they lay back. So sometimes, in all actuality, sometimes they are kind of not seen. It's kind of not a good thing, but sometimes they are. So they act out. A lot of little kids act out because they're trying to get their attention. And by the time the baby come around, two things with the baby. Because with middle children, just say like your dad and I together, all we have is three, right? I got three sons. So I got the oldest, the middle, and the youngest, right? But some people, they have 4, 5, 6, 8 children. So all those kids in the middle are kind of middle children. They just have different spots in the middle. And then you have the baby. Well, all them taking care of the baby. So in a sense, the parents have gotten older. They've gotten wiser on some things, but also they've gotten tired. So they don't really whoop you as much as they did the first kid, right? So from the first kids, because I was like, man, my mama would have beat the mess out of me if I would have even looked at her like that. And that's mom said something like that. Like different things that happened when I was growing up. And then the oldest child, a lot of times they get whoopings for what the baby did. Because you're supposed to be in watching the kid. So, yeah, in a way, some of that is true, but some of it is over-exaggerated. I think. That's my opinion. But it wasn't over-exaggerated with my family, because my brother, he could get away with anything growing up. He could.
That's crazy.
He was, well, you know what it was, I think, sometimes, like, with my mom, she had 2 girls, right? And then now she only had that 1 boy. So, and then, if I remember the story correctly, there were some complications in having babies. So sometimes all that plays a part. Me personally, I probably spoiled, even though the oldest 2 don't think, I probably spoiled all of y'all because I couldn't have babies. And so from the age of 20 to 30, I lost 2 babies, but I couldn't. And the doctor said I was never going to be able to carry one for a term, right? So by the time I had the oldest one, I was just overjoyed. And then Hurricane Katrina came around, and there's TJB 24 or Tyler Talks, which is, however you know him. And then, surprise, surprise, because I thought the Lord had fulfilled my two wishes. I didn't want to just have 1 baby, because your dad already had children, right? So I'm the only child between my mom and my dad. My sister and brother, they share their mom and dad, which we share moms. But I got a different daddy than they got, right? So I always felt a little bit out, like I almost didn't fit in. Even though I'm the oldest, I always felt like I almost didn't fit in, right?
Like out of place.
Like out of place, right? So I didn't want to just have 1 child between us 2. So I prayed to God, Lord, if you let me have 1, at least please let me have 2. But guess what? He blessed me with one more than what I asked for. I lost 2, but he gave me 3. So by the time you came along, yeah, I was 36 years old, and every time I went to the doctor, because I was 36 years old, every time I went to the doctor, you need to get this test, you need to get that test, you need to get the genetic test, you need to get, because they were scared you were going to be like handicapped or something like that. So I remember telling that doctor, I said, look, I looked him in the eyes. Y'all know how I can look at somebody with my glasses and stuff like that. I said, look, Dr. White, I am not going to get an abortion for my child. If the Lord gives me a handicapped baby, I'm just going to have a handicapped baby. I don't believe in abortion, so it don't matter what the tests say. Let's stop doing those tests. After that, I was good. But look at what God gave me. 3 handsome, smart, good looking. You know what I mean? I took over the whole conversation. Now, what is it that you think How do you feel as your older brothers? You got one that's already graduated high school, right? In college. And you got one that's getting ready to graduate high school. What are you feeling right now about that?
I mean, I'm kind of glad for them because, like, they probably know a bit more than me in like some aspects about high school, and I'm glad that they were there to teach me.
Teach you some things so you already have mentors. You don't need no extra mentors, but you got two big brothers. Huh? That's pretty cool. I never had. I actually have an older sister, but I didn't grow up with her because she's by my dad. But that's a whole other story. But so what do you think? What do you think it's gonna be like when they finally move out? And it's just me and you. You gonna be able to deal with your old mama?
I'm progressing, but I mean, I don't think living with you is gonna be bad. It's just gonna kind of be lonely.
Lonely, missing your brother. I never thought of the lonely. You know why I never thought of the lonely? Because you remind me of me when I was growing up. Like, I was good being around my sister and brother. I was good being around my mom, my friends, whatever. But I was just fine being by myself too. So I guess I never thought about the lonely aspect. I just knew that you would well, I guess it's the same thing. I know that you would miss like them being there on a day to day, but I never thought about lonely. That's something to think about. But I'm sure. Do you think, especially if they move out and they move in together, do you think they'll allow you to come over there with them sometime?
I hope.
I'm sure they will. They love you. I'm sure they'll rescue you from mama every now and then. But by that time, you'll have your own. Probably going, because you got a band. You might get something else. Have you thought about anything else you might want to do in high school besides band? You got ROTC, but I know you probably want to do ROTC. But who knows? Who knows? You're an independent thinker, so I don't know. You got ROTC, you got track. Now track is not just running, you know that, right? You got the javelin you can throw. You got the what they call it, the jump. You can jump. See how far you can jump. I should know these terms because I ran track for a little bit in high school. The disc that you throw. You got a lot of different things, activities in track. You ever thought about trying to play golf?
No, ma'am.
Is that interesting to you? I know you like miniature golf, but miniature golf, that's funny. I need to share with y'all one of those videos that I have of us playing miniature golf.
Those are funny.
Because that's entertaining. Now that is entertaining. Don't I have one of us and Daddy? I have to dig through my phone. It might be on my memory, might be on my cloud. Because it seemed like I had one. Y'all were real little. Seemed like y'all was real little.
We played miniature golf when we was real little.
There's that alarm. It does that, guys. Ignore it. Yeah, I think it was when was the first time we went to Panama City as a family. Y'all were little. You probably don't even remember. You were so little. Yeah, it was like 2000, maybe 2016, 2015, somewhere in there.
It might have been 16, I'm pretty sure.
But you never thought about it. I know you used to want to play football a long time ago, but then you changed your mind about that. You was like, no. Actually, all three of y'all changed your mind quickly about football. But I'll share that story one day, but not today. That's for another day.
I don't really know
Never really thought about it. What about, do you think you're gonna be like in the student council or anything like that?
What is that?
You know, where you got the president of the class, the vice president, the secretary, you got the just a regular student council member. You ever thought about that?
Class representative.
Class representative, like you represent your class. Like in the ninth grade, you represent your. They probably doing over in middle school. You ain't paying no attention. But you run. I think only one of your brothers ran for that 1 year. After that, he didn't run for it no more. And then you have this other thing that they still do with the where you can go talk. You be a part of this discussion group, student discussion group, where you go and you have meetings with the superintendent. It's like a group of y'all. They have a different group every year, but some years they have a couple of them be the same people if they so choose to participate. Does that sound like something you do? Basically, you give your ideas. They're gonna ask you some questions, or you have different discussions. You bring that different ideas to the table of what's going on in school, stuff like that.
I probably would.
Yeah, that sounds like something you do. You probably would do that like the whole 4 years if you can. Is there anything that like you have any kind of memories that you would like to talk about, like growing up with two big brothers, growing up with your dad, your mom? Was I a mean mama to you?
No, Mom.
Oh, you sure? You just don't want to say it on video? No, I'm just playing, baby. You be looking so much like me, it's so funny. But you got any real special good memories growing up? You still growing up because you're 14 with the baby face. But do you have any special memories or some memories that you really forget that you want to talk about or anything like that?
Probably this one time that we was on the pier.
That's a special memory?
Isaac, Tyler, and me was like a bit younger, and we was on the pier that one time.
We was playing, and I recorded you. You all recorded all of us. And somebody, I think Isaac recorded us too. That's when y'all was first getting y'all phones and stuff. Yeah. You know what? I ran across that video not too long ago. I started to share it, but I said they might be embarrassed if I shared it as a memory on Facebook or something. But that was a good memory. That was, what did I say on that? Is that the video we said that we're from Pascagoula, Mississippi? That video right there?
Oh, I think it was.
Because we were out there. We used to go to the pier. Well, I done just told y'all where we're from the Gulf Coast of Mississippi. And we, especially when they were little, actually their dad started taking them to the pier before I did. Because I'll be at work sometimes, especially after he retired, I'll be at work sometimes. And then he'll get them out the house, take them to the beach park, and across from the beach. Across from the park is the beach, thus Beach Park. But it's also this big pier where a lot of people fish and stuff like that. That pier is nice. It's a nice pier. So that's one of your special memories? That's a special memory to me too. And, I guess I'm a real boy mom. I just like to have fun with you guys. I'm a disciplinary, but I do like to have fun with you guys. Because I want you guys to enjoy summer life. Do you think you enjoy summer life?
Yes, Mom.
Even with us being so strict? We are a little strict. I admit that. We kind of strict. Not as strict as we used to be, but we kind of strict. I'm still a little strict too now. Because y'all don't do a whole lot of stuff a lot of other young people do. But it's all out of love and out of concern because it's just so much stuff going on in the world. And I don't want to have a phone call where y'all were in the wrong place at the wrong time. It wasn't even you doing the bad thing, but you suffered the consequences. Because I grew, whenever I was growing up, a lot of people that died young, a lot of time it wasn't even them that was actually doing the activity. They just happened to be in the area and get caught up. So, yep, so that's me. Always the overprotective mother. That's me. Is there anything you'd like to share? You haven't been very, very talkative. Have I taken over the conversation?
I mean, I'm just not really much of a
Talker
talker.
like that. Yeah, when I was your age, I wasn't much of a talker either. Actually, the only thing that started making me talk the most is having children. Because once I started having children, I wanted to be able to communicate effectively. I don't feel like I've gotten there 100%, but I think I can communicate a whole lot better than I used to. And I always pray that God would help me to be the kind of mother y'all need, like individually and collectively. Like when I pray, I'm like, Lord, please help me to be the kind of mother that Isaac Liddell need. And then I asked the Lord, please help me be the kind of mother that Tyler Joel need. And then I asked, Lord, please help me to be the kind of mother that Elijah's Corbin. You know the rest of it, man. So, and hopefully I've been the mother that y'all need. And will continue to be the mother as y'all grow older. Because as a parent, and y'all will learn this, you'll learn this as you become a father one day. Many years from now. Many years from now, when you become a father. You'll learn that as a parent, as your children grow, you have to grow too. But it'll be a little different from you because you're a man and I'm a woman. So I think men love hard like their children. The men that stay and have a real relationship with their children, they love hard too. So I don't want to take that from any man that's doing what he's supposed to do, any father that's doing what he's supposed to do with his children. But I can't speak for men. I can only speak for me, and I'm a woman, right? So as a mother, raising sons, when you're little, you're right here. I can hold you like this, I can burp you, I wipe your little pee-pee, I do all that little stuff for you, right? And then you get to be 9 months, 10 months, 11 months. In somebody's case, 12 months, and you start walking. Because everybody wanted to tote them, so they didn't start walking for a while. Actually, 2 of y'all didn't start walking for a while, and one of them was sitting by because you was the baby, and everybody wanted to tote you everywhere, including your big brothers. And they prepared to tote you. But, and then as you grow, you start trying to do things on your own, right? So, as a mom, you got to start kind of letting you do a little bit on your own. And then next thing you know, you're in elementary. So you got to kind of ease a little bit off. But you're still hoovering over them to a degree, right? Then middle school, you're backing off, but you still got to make sure you reel them in sometimes. Reel them in, right? Well, by the time you get 18, 19 years old, you kind of have to be them, brace yourself to start truly letting go. Because now they gotta, down through the years, you gotta teach them how to be confident. Teach them how to be confident in your decision making, right? So now I gotta trust your decision making. I gotta trust that I put enough in you through Christ, that I put enough in you that when you go, you're gonna be successful and you're gonna remember some of the lessons that Dad and I taught you. And some of those verses that we done drilled in your head in Sunday school and our own little personal Bible study. We used to do Bible study a whole lot more when y'all were little. We need to get back to that as a family. But all those things, we have to trust that you're going to make it. But to put you in the hands of the Lord and trust that you're going to make it. Well, especially once you move out permanently. You have to let go. As the song says, you got to let go and let God. Let go and let God with your children. But you'll learn that as you get older. And I think the younger you are when you have kids, the easier that is. Because you're still growing up with your kids. But when you're, like me, I was 31 when I had your oldest brother. And 36 when I had you, right? So, I was more mature. And I was more aware of the dangers that, especially, and y'all know I try not to use race for a whole lot of excuses or nothing like that. But the simple fact is, it is a little bit more dangerous. Yeah, and black boys, as they're growing up, they have less chances to get it right, which is why Mom and Dad was always kind of, instead of really y'all in, probably more than y'all wanted to be real in, huh? You look sleepy. It is sleepy time. Anyway, did you want to share anything? Because I think it's almost like being a monologue because you must have been just looking at me like Mama's really talking.
I don't know.
You know what? Because I know your content is different. You don't do a whole lot of content. You don't put your face in your content. You do a lot of like gaming videos and stuff. But in the story mode, basically, right? Do I got that right? Because sometimes I get your stuff a little bit confusing to me. Because I'm not that good at the games, the kind of games you play and stuff like that.
There is story mode.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was trying to make sure I don't want to be putting something out there. So that's a little different. When I first started on these videos, and a lot of times you can still see I'm nervous on sometimes because I be stumbling over my words, but I just keep on going. Anyways, since I can't get him to talk any more than what he's already talked, this has been EB3 Speaking the Truth in Love with my baby boy. My love.
Winter events.
Winter events. Now he has spoken. Winter events. If you got any enjoyment out of this video, like, subscribe, comment, and be blessed. And as I always say, be a blessing. We're out. And this is my boy.